Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where today we're continuing with the Festive Reviews, episode 9 I think now. Wow, we're quite far in now, nearly at the end, and we are into episode 2 of the Capaldi era, The Husbands of River Song. This came directly after series 9, and after the abomination that was Hell-Bent. And I remember it being very good, actually, one of the strongest Christmas specials that we got. And I was actually a little disappointed on the revisit. I was expecting it to be a little better. But on the most part, it's still a very solid episode to watch. And it's pretty good. So I have similar feelings towards this as I do for the Christmas Invasion. I can pretty much skip the first 30 minutes. And then, pretty much as soon as they get to the restaurant, that's when I can play it again. Because the first 30 minutes I just don't care for. I find it quite boring, it drags quite a lot. And it's another one of those Christmas specials where I don't think it needs an hour to spread. But, having said that, there are some very fun moments in the first half. Like, the 12th Doctor just being amazing. Any scene with the 12th Doctor in, I mean, he's pretty much in every scene. But every line that the 12th Doctor says is pretty much just on point. And that scene where he goes into the TARDIS and he pretends that it's his first time in there and he does the whole big on the inside thing, that is beautiful. I think probably when I get to Comic Relief Red Nose Day, I think I will probably count down my top 10 funniest moments, lines, episodes, whatever. That would definitely be on there, that scene. Okay, it's absolutely brilliant, and I actually laughed at that. It's just so good. But when it's not Capaldi delivering those humour moments, it doesn't work for me. Especially when it's Matt Lucas or Greg Davis giving the humour. That's when it doesn't land well. I really don't like Nardole in this episode. Of course, you know me, I love Nardole when it comes to Series 10, but in his first 2 Christmas specials, I don't really like him. The humour does not work, and Greg Davis as the villain, he's not great. I don't mind when in the Christmas specials they make the villains a little bit more pantomime-ish, but they definitely overstepped the line in this episode and made him way too pantomime-ish and crazy and silly, and I don't like it. River is also quite annoying in this episode, unfortunately. Now, also, again, you know me, I love River. But for her last episode, for well over half of it, she doesn't even know who the Doctor is. And that gag is spread out way too much. It goes on for way too long. I wouldn't have minded it if it took up the first 10 minutes of the episode. But Moffat sees fit for it to literally go on for the first 45 minutes. I think it was 40 minutes and 16 seconds where he, I did look, when River realised it was the Doctor, which is just way too far in. And for a last episode with River in, that's not a great thing to do. Maybe do that in another episode, but not here, because this is probably, hopefully, the last time we see River. And then we're in the last 15 minutes, we have to cram that all in where she actually does know what the Doctor is. Now, there is this one scene with the restaurant where that actually works, because that's when we see River's point of view of the Doctor. Because obviously the Doctor, she doesn't know that the Doctor sat right there, so she can say what she wants about the Doctor. And that's a good idea, because that gives us her point of view on the Doctor. We've never really seen that before. All we've ever seen is the Doctor's impression of River. So that's when they use that to the advantage. But everywhere else, I don't like it. I do like the scene where River actually finds out that it is the Doctor. That's good, but yeah, I don't really care for the rest of it. And that really takes up the whole first half, so that really does push it down for me. I definitely think the highlight of this episode is the last 15 minutes, definitely, where they have those last 24 years on Beryllium, or one night I suppose, on Beryllium, and they have this brilliant moment just talking to each other, and it's brilliant. It's one of River's best moments ever. And honestly, Alex Kingston and Peter Capaldi are absolutely brilliant, actually. I would have actually liked to have seen more of those two because they work absolutely brilliantly. So, I think that's about it, to be honest. I know this is really short review, probably the shortest review we've done yet. But I find this to be an incredibly filler Christmas special. I like it, I can enjoy it, but there's not a great deal in there that I can pick out that I really enjoy. As a whole episode, it works fine, but it's those little things in episodes that make them brilliant. And there was none of that, really. The last few moments is brilliant, but everything else was weird. Well, not weird, I suppose. The thing with the Harmony Shoal was weird. That felt very out of place. But I think everything else is just there for filler. We don't need that whole River not knowing who the Doctor is. We don't need that. Yeah, it's a weird one. But it's still getting a 6.5. Definitely. I also found it to be quite slow. The pacing was off, particularly in the first 30 minutes. The humour was off. But surprisingly, on an entertainment value, it works quite well, and I would actually prefer this to Christmas Invasion, hence the reason I've given it a 0.5 more than that. So we'll see this. So we'll have a look at this in comparison to Return of Dr. Mysterio. Yeah, so I'll see you for that review, and thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, comment down below if you can. If you can't, because they're disabled, then go onto my discussion page and do what you like there, because they're always enabled. I'm so glad about that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you later. Bye bye.